That I needed to reschedule. She said they don't know what to do when there's a false positive.
Alright, let me take my seatbelt off. Okay, listen. We are coming to y'all on a very, very serious note here. Something that everybody needs to be made aware. Hush for a minute, mommy. People need to be made aware of what's really going on.
Yeah.
And now I can talk about it because this has happened to us. So my daughter's going to kind of tell y'all, she's going to take y'all all the way back to July and kind of walk y'all up until today, which is October the 5th. 2020. The time is 2:59. So now 2:59 p.m. we are actually still sitting in front of the hospital where so many things are done. But check this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to my daughter, and I want y'all to listen at this.
Okay, hey everybody, it's Princess J. I really just want to come on here and share some information.
We're making awareness.
Share some information and make awareness of what's really going on in this world with this COVID-19. Okay, my youngest daughter, her name is Jayla.
Who is? How old is she?
She is 1. And she had caught COVID in July. And like in the beginning of July. Okay, from there, we did our 14 days of quarantine. We went back and we went upstairs and did the lab this time instead of a drive-through. So she still remained positive.
Okay.
So she could not attend therapy then. So the third time they tested her was a week later when they called me and said, do you not know that you have therapy today at 1 o'clock? So I come and they say, well, before you go to... No, I'm
asking her so I can get caught up with you guys.
This is why I said 6 because...
Okay, I got you. Go ahead.
So after that, they told me, when I came to the building, my mom brought me here. And they said, well, before you're on the paper, her name was on the paper, her full name and her date of birth. And they were like, well, I'm going to need you to go upstairs to the lab and I'm going to need you to put a baby mask on her because she has COVID. And we just want to make sure, test her again and retest her to make sure it's negative. Come back in 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, then she can attend therapy. So after 30 minutes, it came back negative. So we started attending back to therapy. We started doing walking sessions and feeding sessions. Okay.
Tell them what she has because they don't know her.
She goes to Driscoll Rehabilitation Center for... she has spastic CP, which is cerebral palsy. And then she has, for her feeding part, reflux. It kind of like makes her gag and throw up a little bit, but we're, building that up. Okay, back to the COVID thing. We just found out about...
That she had, we found out a couple of weeks ago.
About
a couple of weeks ago, yeah. About a couple of weeks ago, and I went back upstairs to the radiologist and to the testing labs. And mind you, this is in Driscoll's Children's Hospital, where heroes are in Corpus Christi, Texas.
And we got tested again because this time we're getting tested because she's supposed to be getting fit for MRI to see what's wrong with her body, her brain, etc. Okay, so the same test where they took last time, where it took 30 minutes for results, came back positive. She had no symptoms. She had no coughing, no sneezing, no nothing, no fever.
They said she was asymptomatic. They said that she was asymptomatic. And so I'm just kind of briefing y'all. I'm just coming in that, okay, so can you imagine what that does to a family when you find out? We're like, again, she's positive.
We went into full quarantine.
Quarantine again. No therapy for my granddaughter.
For 2.5 weeks. We just came back to therapy today, and I got the information from one of her nurses that at Driscoll Children's Hospital, any children's hospital that are dealing with COVID right now, if you're a nurse or CNA and you're looking at this video, do you or do you not get every month y'all get a change of when you have to test and then when you don't have to test? Well, they said the time that she got tested, that was the time the schedule had just changed, where anybody that already have been tested don't need to get tested again.
And they said they did too. Remember?
And they did. Oh yes. And again, back to the testing when we went up to the radiologist for this time. We went back and they said that it came back positive after 30 minutes. They tried twice. They tried the test twice from her nose. So it both came back positive,
as they say.
But on the computer it says not valid, means that false. That means a false positive.
That she's negative.
She's negative. But they told us, mind you, they keep telling us and calling us, how is Jayla? How's she doing with the COVID? Is her symptoms getting worse? Or is her breathing labored? Is it, making it seem like it was something that it wasn't. Mind you, I have a 1-year-old with cerebral palsy that's already a husband and a 2-year-old. And then, mind you, we was already in my grandma's house and my mom's house.
Oh, wow. So let me just come in. And what it does is, if you know anybody, even yourself, who may know about COVID, and of course, once a person has COVID, it's like, don't be around people, especially older people who have have sicknesses,
any heart failure.
So here you are trying to keep away from people so that they don't get COVID. You have to just rebuild your whole life for 14 days around this. The sad part is that here we are thinking as a family that my grandbaby is positive. It's positive. When indeed she wasn't positive.
No, she was not positive.
It just kind of makes me mad because we kept saying,
well,
she don't have no fever, no cough test, no symptoms. Unlike the first time when she did have COVID, then that's a difference. We knew what to look for. The thing is, you cannot go around giving people false positives and then making us rearrange our lives.
And what they said was, if you had COVID and you're within the 14 days and they tell you to come back and go get tested, and you go get tested, it's going to say positive. For the simple fact, you still had it in your system.
You have it in your system, exactly.
And so they knew that because we did because after the 14 days, they wasn't supposed to retest us. We was good. If she didn't have a fever within those 3 days, we was good. Like, we didn't have to get it retested. Every time I would come, they would send me upstairs and get her tested. Mind you, how many times? 6 times in her nose.
6 tests. 6 COVID tests. That's ridiculous on a baby. She's a year old.
So it's just too much.
And the crazy part about it too is when we found out that she did have it first, I was the first one that had the symptoms of it, and I immediately told my wife, like, hey, look, I need y'all to stay back. I need y'all to stay away, but it was already too late when they caught it. Now, long story short, when we did test her, when she did get tested, we put the thermometer on her. She did not have a fever at all. Her fever was normal. Her temperature was normal, no fevers at all. So it was like, it just kind of put us in shock. We didn't know what to say about it.
But that's what I wanted y'all to know, everybody. Like, y'all make sure that y'all are pushing the issue with your kids.
And
check
us, man.
For sure. Because y'all don't understand how much that put us. We're back 14 days on therapy that she needed.
That she needs. You know what I'm saying?
And she, for one, if you don't know what cerebral palsy means, spastic cerebral palsy means every time that her bones get tightened, it's like a mini stroke. It's like basically after you have a stroke, your whole body's in pain. That's pretty much what she is, and that's what her therapy is here for, to help her. And I just feel like this hospital failed me.
We've been missing.
So,
like, it's crazy. It's just,
I don't know how to look at this.
It's just really crazy, honestly, because she has been missed out on so much of therapy, like a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're in September, so can you imagine July, August, September? But go back, we were already, so much has happened with my granddaughter. Like, we can actually go back to her birth, but we're not. We know that we have a malpractice suit because of when she was a baby and she was having seizures, but that's a whole nother video. And they let us go, and they told us, no, she's okay, when indeed she was having seizures. But you know what? One thing I'll tell you about that little girl, and I'm going to post her picture on my video. She's a fighter. She is the strongest baby I know. This baby, I'm going to quit talking because I'll start crying. But this baby, my granddaughter, is stronger than I've seen an adult. She's a fighter. She don't give up. No matter the circumstances that she go through, she's truly a fighter. But I'm disappointed in the system that they got. All these numbers we've seen, don't believe every number you see, because every number is not true. And every time Corpus put up a number, my grandbaby was in that number. At least 3 times. And the health department, I didn't tell you how the health department call us. And it's like, they treat you like people of leprosy. That's how the health department treated us. My kids don't know the things I had to go through over the phone behind all this. But anyway, y'all keep us in prayer. We will bounce back from this too. But thank you, squad. I love you and I appreciate you. And again, I'll talk to y'all when I'm later at home. I will be doing another video. Love you guys. Bye. So guys, I wanted to wait till I dropped my children off because I didn't want them to see me like this. But I'm just really, they don't know the trauma they took this family through. They don't know the pain that they caused. My daughter, her family, us, my mom, my grandbaby, you know, making it feel like you're trying to protect everybody else from her. So yeah, I'm hurt, but I'm more like angry, and I'm trying not to be. And so that's the part of me that I did not want them to see. I did not want them to see that part of me being upset. I'm sorry about the lighting.